Your body naturally makes GLP-1. That's the hormone prescription GLP-1 medications like Ozempic are designed to act on. So, how do you support your body's own GLP-1 response? Well, that's what we're talking about today. Nothing I share here is a replacement for medication that your doctor has recommended. Now, that's not our intention, but I do want you to understand that you have more influence over this system than most people realize because this is your body and these are your choices. So, let's talk about how your body actually works. Here's something most people don't know. GLP-1 or glucagon, like peptide 1, is not a drug. It's a hormone your body has been making your whole life. It's produced mainly by L cells in the lining of your small intestine and your colon. And when you eat, those cells respond to nutrients and release GLP-1 into your bloodstream. Once GLP-1 is released, it goes to work really fast. It helps signal your pancreas to release insulin, it slows stomach emptying, and it sends fullness messages to your brain. Prescription GLP-1 medications stay active much longer than your natural GLP-1, though, which rapidly is broken down by an enzyme called DPP-4. So, how does your nutrition and lifestyle support this natural hormone system? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me explain, because this connects directly to my meals leg, on which is one of the three legs alongside my mindset and movement on my menopause stool. Now, what you put on your plate is not just fuel. I want you to understand that it's a conversation with your hormones. Researchers have been studying foods and compounds that may support GLP-1 release or the pathways GLP-1 uses. Let's look at three of the ones most talked about. The first one is berberine. You may have heard berberine called nature's Ozempic, but that phrase goes too far. Berberine is a plant compound found in herbs like barberry, golden seal, and Oregon grape. It has a long history in traditional medicine. What the research actually suggests is that berberine may influence GLP-1 related pathways and improve metabolic markers like blood sugar and lipids. Some of that evidence comes from animals and cell studies. It's obviously not the same as a prescription, but human trials have shown modest benefits. Berberine may also affect AMPK, a pathway involved in energy regulation and metabolism. The bottom line is simple. It's promising, and it should be treated like a serious supplement, not a casual one. An important caution, though, is berberine can interact with medications, so talk to your doctor before adding it to your regime. For women in menopause, one randomized trial found that a combination of berberine and isoflavones lowered total cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, and triglycerides in women with moderate dyslipidemia. That is a promising finding, but it's a specific study, not a blanket claim for everyone, so use caution. Next is curcumin. Turmeric is the golden spice in your cabinet. Curcumin is its best known active compound. Preclinical research suggests curcumin can influence GLP-1 related signaling and may support blood sugar control. But the strongest evidence is still in cell and animal studies. Human evidence is limited, so it's best to think of curcumin as a possible support. Curcumin also has anti inflammatory effects. That matters in menopause now because chronic low grade inflammation can make weight management and insulin regulation much harder. One practical note: curcumin is poorly absorbed on its own, so black pepper is absolutely needed to improve absorption. And as always, if you're on medications, especially blood thinners, check with your clinician first. The last is green tea. Green tea has been studied for decades. One reason it keeps showing up in metabolic research is its active compound, EGCG. Some human research suggests green tea extract may improve insulin resistance. One randomized trial found GLP-1 increased only in the within group comparison. So the evidence is interesting. Some would say it's better to present green tea as a supportive habit than a metabolic cure-all. If you enjoy it, and 2 to 3 cups a day is a reasonable habit for many people. And if caffeine is an issue, decaf green tea still contains catechins, including EGCG. Now, let me say this: Berberine, curcumin, and green tea are not recent inventions. They come from long-standing traditional use, and in the case of berberine, plants containing it have been used medicinally for thousands of years in Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine. The modern supplement literature is newer, but a lack of recent studies does not make these compounds irrelevant. It simply means the research is still catching up to traditions that have been used for generations. Beyond supplements, everyday food choices are one of the most powerful levers you have. Protein is your anchor. It helps you feel full. It supports muscle maintenance, and it works with your body's natural appetite signals. In menopause, that matters even more. Preserving muscle and staying satisfied after meals becomes harder. A simple strategy is to include a solid protein source at every meal. Good choices for meat eaters include eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, chicken, turkey, salmon, sardines, tuna, lean beef, and for our vegans, tofu, tempeh, edamame, lentils, beans, and hemp seeds, among others. Protein powders made from whey for our meat eaters and soy or pea protein for our vegans, use sparingly, um, and and basically on a convenience level, so they're not to be something that is a staple in your nutrition regime. Some fibers are fermented by gut bacteria into short chain fatty acids that may support L cells and GLP-1 related signaling. The human evidence is mixed, and it depends on the type of fiber. Great sources include oats, legumes, chia seeds, flax seeds, apples, and most vegetables. Another great source of fiber is psyllium husks. A daily fiber goal of at least 25 grams is a good baseline, and many people can benefit from gradually increasing intake if it's tolerated. Healthy fats may also support satiety and GLP-1 related signaling. Think avocado, olive oil, almonds, walnuts, and fatty fish like salmon and sardines. These foods also help slow digestion. That can make meals feel more satisfying. A practical tip: eating protein and vegetables before starches may improve post meal glucose response satiety. Some research suggests that it may also support GLP-1 related responses. It's a simple habit that can make meals work better for you. Let's talk about what can work against your natural GLP-1 responses and overall metabolic health. Added sugars and sugary beverages. Research suggests high added sugar intake is associated with a weaker post meal GLP-1 response. Sodas, sweetened coffee drinks, and fruit juices and processed snacks can make it harder to stay satisfied. They can also push blood sugar and insulin in the wrong direction. Eliminate or limit refined carbohydrates. White bread, white pasta, white flour, pastries, crackers, and similar foods tend to digest quickly, and they can cause rapid blood sugar spikes with less satiety than more fiber rich options. They're not forbidden, but they are usually not the best foundation for appetite control. Ultra processed foods. These foods are often lower in fiber and protein. They're also high in sugar, refined starches, and industrial fats. Over time, that pattern can make blood sugar control and weight management much harder. Alcohol can interfere with sleep, appetite regulation, and metabolic health. If sleep is already a challenge, reducing alcohol can make a real difference. Late night eating. GLP-1 follows a circadian pattern. It tends to be higher during the day and lower overnight. Earlier, more consistent meals are usually a better fit for your body than larger late night meals. Your body has been making GLP-1 your entire life. What menopause changes is the environment those hormones are working in. Less estrogen, more insulin resistance, and more difficulty holding on to muscle. That's real, it's a fact. But it does not mean you're powerless if you want to change. You can support your GLP-1 system naturally. You can eat in ways that support fullness and blood sugar balance. You can build meals around protein and fiber. You can add compounds like berberine, curcumin, or green tea with your doctor's guidance. And you can reduce the foods and habits that work against your metabolism. This is what the meals lag is about in my framework. It's about understanding how your body works in this season of life and making choices that work with it and not against it. Whether you're on a GLP-1 medication, thinking about one, or focusing on lifestyle alone, these foods and habit strategies can help strengthen your foundation. If you want to go deeper on these three pillars, mindset, meals, and movement, and get a clear, practical starting point for this season of your life, I've created a free resource for you. Head to crazysexymenopause.com and grab my free ebook, 3 Keys for Maximizing Your Life During Menopause. The link is in the description. I'm Betty Vargas. You're stronger than you think, and I'll see you in the next video.